Welcome to this week's episode of Simple Tips to Bring Joy to Your Life and Your Business. Hi there, it's Min Ling, Chief Joy Coach of the Joy Depot, and I'm so excited to share the simple tip of the week. And the simple tip is around when to say no. Okay, so in your life and in your business, you might have times when people ask you to do things or you overcommit. And how do you know when to commit and when not to commit to something? And what happens when we overcommit is that we get overwhelmed. There's just too much to do and not enough time, and we can't take care of ourselves. You know, sometimes we feel like saying no is negative or frowned upon, but really it isn't, because if you're not able to fulfill on what you said yes to, there's really no point in doing it. You also want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. If you don't take care of yourself, then you might wind up getting sick, or I'm really frazzled and you can't think straight, so that is not helpful either. So how do you figure out where to say no? What I usually like to tell people is to check in before you say yes or no to anything. Anything. Close your eyes and tune in to your body, to your senses. You know, we are more powerful than our mind. We have gut reactions to various things, and if our gut is telling us we shouldn't do something, then chances are we shouldn't do it. So like I said, the first thing to do is to close your eyes and check in. Just take a few breaths and check in. See how your body is reacting. If you feel an immediate yes or if you feel an immediate no. And usually it's pretty clear if it's a yes or a no. But sometimes our head muddles things a little bit. We start overanalyzing, thinking, and trying to figure out the pros and the cons and the pros and the cons and the pros and the cons and the pros and cons. You get my point, right? You can go around and around and around, listing out pros and cons of each decision. What you end up doing is not making a decision because you're overwhelmed with even making the decision yourself. So instead of making a pros and cons list to the nth degree, ask yourself a simple question. The question is, how does this serve me or serve someone else? So if you ask yourself this question, how does it serve me? How does it serve somebody else? You'll get a pretty clear answer. If you're getting an answer that whatever you're being asked to do doesn't serve you, then it may not be the best decision, right? Because you don't want anything that takes away from your life or your business. But sometimes we also want to help others, right? So we want to ask the question, how does this serve the other person? And if it's in a positive way or something that you can get behind and get excited about, then go ahead and do it. If it's something that sounds more like a chore and something that you're not really excited or willing to do because you have so much other things going on and you have so many other priorities, then don't do it. It's okay to say no. And I know it's hard because sometimes I am a people pleaser and I want to say yes to everything, yes to everything. But when I check in with myself and tune in, I usually have a gut reaction, yes or no. If that doesn't work, I ask myself the questions I just gave you. Does it serve me, yes or no? And I ask, does it serve someone else, yes or no? You don't want to live in the middle gray area. You want to be clear and get a yes or a no answer for everything. Because when you are able to make a decision, yes or no, it doesn't matter, then you can move forward. You can know what direction you should go. When you're in this middle gray area, you have no power of yes, no power of no, and you're kind of stuck in la la land in the middle, the gray area. You don't want to be there. So to recap, the best way to figure out if you should say no to something is to first tune in, check in with yourself, and see if you get a gut reaction. Second, ask yourself the questions, does it serve me? Does it serve someone else? And answer it powerfully with a yes or no answer. From there, you can make any decision and you can take your life and your business on a whole new level. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Simple Tips. If you liked it, please press the like button. If you found it valuable and want to share it, please tweet it or send an email to your friends and family. and comment below and let me know how you're embracing no. Thank you so much for being here this week, and I will see you in next week's episode.